Game number 3 here between the little one and WhiteRa, and this time we are here on Metalopolis. We do have the little one spawning down here in the 6 o'clock position as our red Terran player, and then down over here in the 9 o'clock position is the yellow Protoss player. That was hard for me. This is going to be WhiteRa. So yes, WhiteRa versus the little one, game number 3, and WhiteRa, Terran house thus far, winning the first 2 games simply by punishing the little one for being a little bit too greedy. These quick expands in the first game, trying to go for a quick third, and last game going for that very, very fast natural expansion. WhiteRa just made him pay, plain and simple. So pretty impressive first 2 games, and once more, this is game number 3. So let's see how this one ends up playing out. I don't know. I'm just trying to pay attention to what they're talking to. I don't know what's going on, guys. Now, once more, we've got the same kind of situation as we did see last game on Shattered Temple, in the fact that both players, they're in a close air distance right now. Now, this is going to make something like we saw WhiteRa do last game, the Warp Prism harass and play, equally as effective. He can effectively get into the little one's base so very early and do a lot of damage as a result. So hopefully that doesn't happen again for the little one. Again, I love the little one. I love his play style. I think recently, in the recent games I've commentated from him, he has just been a bit too greedy, and he's been paying dearly for it, in all honesty. You've seen that clearly in this series so far, and the last series I casted with him, pretty much the same thing took place. So hopefully the little one kind of gets back on his horse and is able to come back here with some pretty impressive play that we know the little one for. Both players looking to open relatively standard right now. We will have that next probe actually move out to get some scouting information. And where is he heading first? I saw a strange rally point. Ooh, no, never mind. That one's heading just to the corner, and he'll be dropping the pylon there right on the edge. And this way, if any aggression does come forward, you can see all that pylon power, allowing him to warp in. SCV Scout right now moving out for the little one, and actually for the first time, the little one managing to scout out WhiteRa before he himself gets scouted. So right now, moving straight into WhiteRa's base, and he's going to be just kind of dancing around, and he should be able to stay there until that first stalker ends up coming on through. So he's got quite a bit of time to see what's going on, check the number of gases that WhiteRa actually is coming out with. And actually, that's very important to note, because last game, WhiteRa only had 1 assimilator, and, you know, had TLO stayed in his base the entire time until that Cybernex core finished, then he would have seen that. But as we saw last game, WhiteRa was able to deny that SCV scout with that initial zealot. The little one opted to not push in against that, and that scouting information really could have helped him, realize what was coming. So either way, though, that is neither here nor there, because we are here in game number 3, and the little one has any equal opportunity to come back with a very strong counter. Now we do have the little one again coming out, 1 Rax expand, so once more going for the same style of build. He apparently is just very comfortable with this in TVP, but is it worth it? Has it been paying off for him? The short answer so far is no. In this series, it really hasn't. I'm sure during his skirmishes and during practice games, he's become comfortable with this build as being effective, but unfortunately against WhiteRa, hasn't managed to do much so far in this specific series. I'm not talking about the little one in general. Be fully aware of how strong of a player the little one is, but hopefully we see him win this one. So anyways, right now we're going to be seeing a quick expand come out for WhiteRa. So WhiteRa decided to drop that Nexus, and he's going to actually get that up probably before the little one. Now you're going to say, well, Force, what the hell are you talking about? The command center is much further along than that Nexus is. But you do have to realize that typically we're going to see this turned into an orbital command, and that has to be lifted off and dropped all the way down here. And so effectively, WhiteRa will be able to start mining from this expansion before the little one manages to start mining from his. Now it looks like we will be seeing a push right now. The 2 Marines, Marauder, and a Reaper. And here comes that bunker harass again. Now this time, will the little one be effective with it? Moving a bit too close there. And I wonder if WhiteRa actually saw the SCV. No, never mind. The vision there are so incredibly small. Looks like he didn't manage to see it. But moving down, he should be able to spot the fact that this is happening right now. What is he doing? Please, WhiteRa, I need you to scout this out so that you can do something about it. And there we go. Pro moving down. So there is the scout, and he will be trying to prevent this bunker from going up. But right now, he lacks the forces. He's going to need a warp in or 2. Luckily, those warp gates just finishing right now. But this is going to get finished. So the little one, again, will be able to provide some pretty strong aggression here early on. So we should be seeing these guys hop right in there. As soon as the push does come from WhiteRa will be waiting for some more units. Here's some reinforcements coming down from the little one, and is he going to be able to get a couple shots off? Looks like he doesn't, and this is a lot of damage going down. Reaper's in danger, though. Needs to be careful. There we go, loading up that bunker there. Marauders are staying out of the bunker. They will be used for some micro outside, And that Marine, oh no, that is not good at all. The engagement coming forward. We've seen some mass repairs, though, on that bunker. That's helping a lot. I really wish that, there we go. The Marauder hopping in just in time. The Reaper gets target fire down, though, but look at the vast amounts of damage that are going down with the mass repairs. We are going to see WhiteRa target fire down those SCVs. Some more reinforcements coming out, and the little one finally losing this bunker, but still doing a lot of damage right now. We'll be target firing down those SCVs. WhiteRa doing what he can to try to defend this. This Nexus is pretty worked down right now. We do have a few Marines. We'll be forced to micro back, and it looks like actually WhiteRa has effectively now stopped this push from doing much more. I'm not sure if the little one would be properly advised to continue up this aggression because he looks to be losing it at the moment. We do have concussive shell in play. However, that Marauder doesn't want to stop for fear of losing his life to those Stalkers. And unfortunately, it looks like that Marauder will get taken out and possibly even that Marine. So what's going to happen right now here? We got some high ground shooting action going on. Very nice. WhiteRa taking some unnecessary damage. Forced back that Stalker very low in health. This counter aggression right now for WhiteRa, though, this will stop the expansion from getting placed down anytime in the immediate future. Now, what would be amazing, though, for WhiteRa is if he had some sentries here. Sentries here, maybe some warping in some, from over here and then moving on across. Sentries would effectively contain the little one into one base. And right at this point in the game, that would be devastating with no factory and no work up into Starport at all. But it looks like the little one did manage to push through. Unfortunately, with no sentries, WhiteRa wasn't able to do that. That really does sadden me, in all honesty. If he had brought a probe, maybe proxy pylon here, and gotten a few sentries out front, he could have delayed this a lot. And look at this. WhiteRa also coming out with that third expansion. So this game, WhiteRa, is being the greedy player, deciding to come out with that very quick third. Now, hopefully, for the little one's sake, he does send a scouting SCV or Marine or anything to try to check out those thirds. However, that would actually be effectively stopped by the Stalkers here at the Xel'Naga Towers. So this is a very strong position right now for WhiteRa. Unless we see a scan, the little one really doesn't have much of an opportunity to get a scout of that third expansion anytime in the immediate future. The Stalkers will prevent the Marine and SCV scouts from being able to effectively pass. Yes, the little one could push out with his entire force, but that, that's not at this point in the game. That doesn't seem very probable. He will be pushing out with that Marauder heavy army, though. Look what I just said. Who gives a crap? I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna see the little one push out right now, and he's moving out with his entire force. Now, is he just grabbing the Xel'Naga Tower, or is he straight up pushing? He's got stim pack, so he could very well be going for straight up aggression here, and it looks like that will in fact be happening right now. The little one moving out with his entire force. He's going to be getting the scouting done, but more importantly, he will be attempting to do a bit of damage here. That Stalker gets taken out, cut off as he tries to make his way back home towards the main forces here. There's a scan scouting out the army for WhiteRa, and here comes the push right now, and there we go. Where's the stim pack, though? Taking some damage from those Zealots. He's actually splitting up the forces, having to micro in two positions, and oh no, those Marauders taking some pretty heavy losses as they walk by those Zealots, and unfortunately the little one having a tough time microing at both positions at once. He's trying to pay attention to both these armies, and this is not looking good at all for the little one. Let's take a look at the unit loss tab. You can see the little one quite a bit behind right now, forced to retreat, so certainly not an effective push at all for him. Definitely didn't work out the way he would have liked it. We do have some reinforcements, though, helping out quite a bit right now as units are streaming in here for WhiteRa. And those Marauders, as you can see, target firing down those Stalkers so very quick. Now, did the little one actually scout out that third when he managed to push up? Looks like he did. But, that scout resulted in him losing his entire force that he pushed with, so that is certainly pretty devastating. He still doesn't have that transition into the later game composition. No factory yet, not going to be working up into those medevacs anytime soon, and that's a problem. He's got 5 harvesters, the little one, with 5 harvesters on their refinery. That's a glaring oversight there by him, and hopefully that's something that gets remedied sometime soon. Very shocked. He's actually only got 2 guys on that refinery and 5 on that one. Oh no. Oh no, the little one. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And at the same time, here we go, Zealot Bomb moving across the map. We do have a small force for the little one, trying to work on the forces over here. He hasn't really done any damage to this third, and it doesn't look like he's going to anytime soon. Zealot Bomb starting to work right now on the resources. Actually, they are firstly chasing down those Marines. Hopefully we see him turn around and trying to micro away and do as much damage as possible. The little one doing what he can over here to try to do some damage to the forces of WhiteRa, but WhiteRa having enough to force it back. Some reinforcements should allow the little one to push back, but look at all these forces right now getting warped in. How many workers have been killed so far? 12 workers have been killed. WhiteRa going to town here and doing a lot of damage to the little one's economy, and force field in the ramp, preventing him from getting in without medevacs attacks. There's really nothing that the little one can do about that. However, it looks like the sentries are now gone. This sentry could push forward, drop a force field as well, allowing those zealots to continue to do work here, and this is a very bad position for the little one, and the little one again, oh my gosh, losing this game. There's really I do not think that there's any way he can come back from this. This is not looking good at all for the little one. Again, the income for WhiteRa, fantastic. The income for the little one, terrible. Third game in the row, WhiteRa just managing to punish the little one, hurt his economy so very bad, and looks like that's going to be it for the little one in this series. For the third time in the row, we saw WhiteRa open up with 1 Rax into expand, going with the 2 Marine, Marauder, and Reaper opening. We did see WhiteRa open up with 1 gate into expand as well. The little one was able to get up a bunker outside of WhiteRa's quick expansion, which allowed him to do quite a bit of damage to the Nexus. WhiteRa then mounted up his forces and pushed out once he was able to lay down that Guardian Shield and felt like he could overwhelm this early bunker. However, we did see the little one pull down with some reinforcement SCVs, allowing him to get some mass repairs as well as some reinforcement units. The WhiteRa was able to eventually overwhelm this, however, and force the little one back. WhiteRa feigned some counter-aggression, keeping the little one in his base temporarily, and this allowed WhiteRa to move into his 3rd expansion. As the little one dropped his natural, he then moved out with Stimpack in place with a Marauder heavy force. During the push, the little one split up his forces, which unfortunately led to a little bit of miss micro as he took some extra unnecessary damage to his Marauders, and partially because of this, he ended up not doing as much damage with the push. WhiteRa was able to effectively hold off this aggression, and then at the same time, Warp Prism dropped into the little one's main. With this Warp Prism harass, WhiteRa was able to set the little one's economy so far behind and once more lead to his demise. So there you go, guys. WhiteRa taking a clean sweep here, knocking the little one out 3 games to 0. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this series. If you're fans of WhiteRa, I'm sure you did. If you're little one fans, really sorry. I was hoping for the little one to make a little bit of a comeback myself, but didn't end up working out that way. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Stay tuned for some more StarCraft 2 commentary, as well as some future updates for the Diablo 3 beta, and very shortly we should be getting underway to produce some solid D3 content. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.